Guys, back again. Okay, so I've come on here today because I'm really frustrated and annoyed, and I thought it'd be good to actually, as I've been sharing all this stuff about being angry and annoyed and all of that we've been doing over the past few weeks, I thought it would be great to come on here and just talk about how I manage my frustration and annoyance. Now, I don't often get actually that frustrated and annoyed, not like anywhere like I used to, and if I call it, and I like to kind of gauge things. So if I were to call this anger, I would score it at 1 or 2. So for me, this is frustration and annoyance. And I wanted to share why, because I feel like when we get annoyed, this is an opportunity for us to dig deep. Because for me, I get very annoyed when I feel like injustice is being served here. And I don't like it, and I don't think anyone else should like it. And I think we are being served up a dish that is so unpalatable for me that I wanted to talk about it. Whoever wants to listen. So, why am I annoyed? I watch a lot of stuff. I watch new age stuff. I watch psychology stuff. I watch, helping people, all of that stuff. There's so many people that I watch. I don't watch TV. I listen to my phone when I'm doing stuff around the house, and I just really love listening to what people have to say. And it can be about anything, about nutrition, it can be about exercise, it can be about new age stuff, it can be about the latest science, whatever it is. I'm all over it. And today I was listening to a couple of people that I normally listen to, and it's funny how you listen with different ears at certain points, isn't it? And I realised we have been served up a dish. And there's me teaching everyone about how we've been repressed and deny all our emotions. And then I look around at the world and I go, oh my goodness. You go to the doctors, I'm depressed. What do they say? They give you a pill. They might actually say, do you want to go see a therapist? A good doctor might. But generally, here's a pill. I've got anxiety. Here's an anxiety medication. We go to a psychiatrist. Half of them don't even really, and I'm not saying they're all like this because I think some of them are brilliant, and I'm not knocking anyone, everyone's trying to do their best, but they have been medically model trained. Medical model is deal with the symptom. They don't look at the underlying reason. So that's kind of that end of the scale. But you go to the other where you listen to these new age people that are channeling and got guides and all this baloney. Sorry, no disrespect to anyone that has a guide. Do your thing. But what do they say? Don the higher perspective and forgive them. And I'm sitting there and I'm getting more and more frustrated because I feel like no matter where we go, when no one's actually talking about, well, how has that left you feeling? Before I go on, let's talk about donning the higher perspective. What does that look like? So let me give you a snapshot of what that might look like. Donnie rapes Sally because Donnie was raped by Daddy. So the high perspective is you can see what he's been through and it's awful, and then he took it out on Sally and raped her. And I get it, and I'm for forgiveness. Anyone that has worked with me knows that. I am so for forgiveness. but not the denial of how frustrating and angry and hurt and wounded you have felt because you got hurt by this person, and I don't give a crap what happened to them. That's no excuse for their terrible behaviour. It's like, okay, let me don another higher perspective. I feel like anyone that channels anyone from a high perspective has never lived on planet Earth. And so how dare you come down here and try and dictate to us people who are living on high Earth? And this is what's really frustrating me right now. It's like, how dare you? How dare you think you can speak through people and these channels that love and light, live in a high perspective, don a high perspective, because this is not going to... So there's truth in it. There absolutely is truth in it. But we're all expected to repress, deny and avoid. Can you see how these both sides, the medical model, psychology, not everyone, so please, I'm generalizing because that's how they've been trained. So what else would they do? They treat the symptom, not the underlying issue. And that's frustrating. When someone goes in because they've got, acid reflux, here's a pill. And then 30 years you're still taking it. What the hell? As opposed to, well, actually, mate, you're probably overweight. You need to do a bit more exercise and cut down on your booze, because actually that's what's causing the reflux. No, here's a pill. Take it for the next 100 years until you die. Who does that serve? No one. So you've got the medical model over here telling you, don't look at the underlying issues. And then you've got the spiritual community go, don a high perspective, love and light. Both sides are continuing to program you to repress, deny and avoid. And I feel like it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. So if something terrible happens to you, then don the higher perspective and see it from 10,000 feet up in the air, and you'll see that the reason they hurt you was because they were hurt and they were hurt, and all through their generational line they've been wounded and hurt. So fucking what? It doesn't matter. You have every right to feel your pain, your anger, your frustration, until you sit in it, you face it, you own it, you process it, you manage it, you give it a voice, you get your day in court. You are not just going to bury it, because I tell you what you'll do. You'll end up at the doctor's saying, I'm depressed, I'm anxious. And what will they do? They'll give you a pill. Is there something in between? Is there anyone out there saying that this isn't whatever? Sorry, let's get rid of that. Whatever's going on, it's not working. It's not working. You have every right to be angry. How dare they speak to you like that? How dare they treat you like that? Do not put up with someone's disgusting behaviour. Another higher perspective. This is a good one. This is one I've heard a lot. Well, I'm with a partner and he got really badly wounded growing up. His dad was terrible. His mum was terrible. And so his terrible behaviour, I feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for him. He's treating me like shit, calling me names, maybe even beating me up. But you know what? I feel sorry for him. I want to heal him. I want to help him. I can save him. I can make him better. No, you can't make him better. The only person you are here on the planet to make better is you. And if you don't wake up to what's going on, then I'm sorry. You're just going to stay stuck in this miserable, horrible relationship. And that doesn't have to be. And vice versa. Men, they're putting up with terrible behaviour. Now, this is the high perspective that we need to don. So you're married to a woman whose dad was awful and whose mum wasn't really there for whatever reason. And so she never really felt loved and cared for. So she's over-parenting and trying to be overly controlling of you and the kids. And that looks like, oh, you have to do everything right her way, everything the right way. Oh, but it's because of what she went through. So this is why we have to put up with this behaviour that's not working for anybody. Now, a lot of us have been brought up in these environments and we're used to this kind of stuff. And so we don't see it for what it is. And it just blows my mind when people come in and I go, how long do you think you can put up with this kind of carry on? I can see you're really miserable and unhappy and, like you're feeling angry and sad and all the rest of it because you've been bamboozled or you've been pushed around or controlled within an inch of your life, micromanaged, smothered. You see the kids having to be perfect or whatever it is. When are we going to wake up? You're allowed to be angry. Your anger, my anger is righteous anger. I have every right to feel this way. What am I going to do with it? Well, maybe I'm going to think about it. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to express it. And maybe if I think this has helped one person, maybe that would be worthwhile. Maybe that was why I felt annoyed today. Maybe that's why I felt this way. So maybe I could help other people understand how so much we've been repressed and denied. And the world we live in just compounds that all the time, no matter where you go. No matter where you go. I was just trying to think about, where have I gone where I felt like I just felt so seen and heard and understood and was allowed to be angry? I had one therapist, she was good. And she helped me a lot. But apart from that, no one. Everyone in my whole life, oh, don't be angry. Don't play the blame game. Then you're just a victim. And yes, you don't want to stay angry. I'm not perpetuating let's all stay angry. This is not what this is about. but feel your feeling of anger. You want to feel joy, you want to feel peace, you want to feel excited, then you've got to feel the frustration, the anger, the annoyance. You've got to feel it all and know that these are messages coming through for you. And maybe as I sat listening, or I was doing something, listening to someone, and it was like, I could not believe what they were saying. Total spiritual bypass. Don the higher perspective. Now, this is someone I've listened to for a long time, and I've always loved what they've said. So, excuse me. And I just felt like I heard it in a different way. I heard it through different eyes, probably because I've been talking about anger, and I realised how much we've all been repressed and how much we've all been taught to, no, don't be angry, and how that stifles our power, how that keeps us stuck. You see, to be fully embodied means to feel all the feels, because you want to feel all the feels, don't you? You want to feel love and joy and peace and excitement. But we've been conditioned, so we need to wake up, people. Come on, wake up. Wake up. You're allowed to feel angry. Get on board with your anger. And I know why a lot of people don't. I know why people don't. Because if they really felt what they felt, they might have to step up, have a voice, say no, walk out on a relationship, start putting down more heavy boundaries with family, with kids. And they're going to have to be uncomfortable. And we're all addicted to not being comfortable. We're all addicted to being comfortable. And I get it. I absolutely get it. You see, I feel like about, some people, you look at them, they're running, they're exercising, they're down the gym, and I'm like, oh, they're so good, aren't they? They look amazing. And I'm like, yeah, that's the one thing I struggle with. It's like, I just want to be fit and healthy, but I just don't want to have to go to the gym. And I realise it's the same with emotional stuff. I want to be at peace and feel joy, but I just don't want to go through the pain or the emotional stuff that I might have to go through to get to the other end. So I do get it. I think we're all doing it on some level, because we have 3 parts: mind, heart, soul. Okay, so I reckon I can control this. I've got this down pat. I actually manage my emotions really well. I do not let them, store up inside of me and then work out sideways, end up passive aggressive. I don't do that anymore. I can't. It just doesn't work for me. But the one thing I just went for a walk. I went and bought myself a lovely coffee and I walked back. It's a beautiful day. I did my exercises because I've got some back issues. And I'm like, yeah, I'm getting better. I realise I don't like being hot and sweaty and uncomfortable. But you know what? I want what comes after that. So you've got to go through it. You've got to go through it. And so I just wanted to share that with you, because stop repressing and denying. Start engaging and embracing and feeling it and healing it, because you have every right to be angry if someone's treated you appallingly. Watch that last video on how to process that out of your body, because believe me, I believe in forgiveness. It is amazing when you can get to that point. And all forgiveness is, and don't get hung up on this, forgiveness is, I'm going to give up my right to punish you, not because what you did was okay, because it wasn't, not because I accept it, because I will never accept what you did to me, but I am going to give up my right to punish you so I can be free, so my soul and spirit can be at peace. And that is the reason we give up our right to punish people, so we can be free. It's not about the other person. And it's not about, I've got to accept what they did. No, because if you're talking to someone who's been gang raped, well, you just got to forgive those people, because you know what? Maybe they were all raped as kids. Who gives a shit? I don't care what happened to them in their past, what they did. No. And you cannot say to a woman or a man, because I've known men too, who have been gang raped, oh, well, you just got to forgive them. No, you do not get to forgive them. That is a spiritual bypass. Yes, you might have to give up your right to punish them, but not before you've been able to express how that affected you, what that did to you, how you feel about those people. It's like, and giving up your right does not mean you have to be okay with that person. You can continue to hate them if you want. That's okay. But I'm telling you, repress, deny and avoid, donning a high perspective, going to the doctors and saying you're miserable and them giving you a pill is not going to work for you. It hasn't, and it never will. And so people, it's time to do the work, time to embrace whatever's in there, time to embrace what you shoved in the dungeon, and it's time to embrace it. It's all happening, folks. Bring it on. That's what I say. Watch that last video. Watch the last 3 videos about anger. If you are depressed, anxious, having a lot of passive aggressive stuff happening, or if you know someone, then just send it to someone. Anyway, I'll leave it there. I feel better now for talking about it. I've processed it, I've thought about it, I've held it, I've embraced it, and now I've made a video. And now I'm gonna let it go, okay? Because this is how you process shit. So I'm just processing. Thank you for listening. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.